let's say you're talking about someone while, I guess, like, they're in close proximity, and you're talking about that person not in the best way, and they're close enough to hear it, and then they confront you. So I want to know, are you the type of person to deny that you are talking about this person, or are you the type of person to be like, hey, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna own up to it? Because there's a woman who went extreme about how when she was confronted, and I guess we'll take it from there. Does anybody want to dive in first? You want me to go?
If you have an answer right away, you're more than welcome, of course.
I feel like Matt's got a lot of confrontation in his life.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I feel like you have a lot of confrontation stories.
Explain what that means.
Confrontation?
No, not that. I know what that word means.
I just think you've had to deal with a lot of people, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, he's got mad beef on these streets.
He says that's fair, like he wasn't just offended 2 seconds ago by the question.
And we explained it a different way, you know, like.
Okay.
All right, do you want me to go?
Sure. Yes, you go.
Okay, so...
I just got here.
Okay, jeez. Anyway, so, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the show Love is Blind.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
No? Okay, so it's like
Is it like blind people dating?
Now that's a show.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
that would be cool.
fun?
That would be cool, but no.
Get like Stevie Wonder and like other people.
Celebrities, blind celebrities.
Guy gets into bed with the wrong woman.
Stop.
Ooh.
How would they know?
What if it's not a woman?
They
What if
wouldn't
it's not
know
a
at all.
woman?
This
Yeah.
doesn't smell right.
So, in that show, they date behind walls, so you cannot see your other partner.
Oh,
you just
So
have
it's kind of the same thing.
It's an emotional connection type base.
Okay.
And then after you propose to said person, then you can go ahead and you can basically, after you propose, you're gonna marry that person.
Okay.
But there's some people who on the show where this one woman just was like, we're meant to be, we're supposed to be together, and the guy's just sitting there like all stunned. And I don't know, like if that was me and someone said that to me saying like, we're supposed to be together and we're not, like, I don't know, man. I think I'd have to confront them and be like, I'd have to go up to my partner and be like, listen, this person's talking about you, and be honest. I mean, would you feel the same, or would you just like hold it in?
Wait, I'm a little
the
confused.
truth.
No, I'm a hothead.
Just speak the truth.
Going right after them.
I agree with Johnny. I think lying takes a lot of maintenance, and
Yeah.
it's very hard to keep up with. And to get caught in a lie is one thing, but to get caught in a lie after maintaining the lie for so long is another, because now you're showing that you are willing to go very far to keep the truth from people, and that speaks
Volumes.
speaks volumes about your own self, you know.
Character.
Yeah, your character and your values especially. So I would never I would like to never find myself in a situation like that for sure. And if I am going to talk about somebody publicly, I always try to make sure that it is either neutral or positive in some way. So just in case they are listening, or someone that knows them and is close to them is listening, I mean, you never want to get caught in something like that for sure. Even if you have unsavory thoughts about somebody, you should probably keep it private, or to yourself. It's the old elementary school trope. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it
my
at
dear
all.
Watson.
Exactly. So hey, that's me. That's where
You're
I'm
a
at.
way better person than me.
Yeah, and
You're a way better person than me.
What's your response then?
So okay, let's say you
okay.
let's say you have a girlfriend at the time, right? And I guess someone that you had interest in says like, "Oh, hey, I really, I'm really into him. I want to start I want to try getting back with him." Like, would you
So like an ex tried to get back with me while I'm with somebody else?
Yeah. Would you confront that?
Ooh.
Would you confront that and be like, "Listen, like, I'm with my girl, leave me alone?" Or would you be the type to be like, "She didn't mean it"?
Oh, I was taking a different question. Wow. I was thinking, what would you do in the situation? But wait, so would I confront the ex, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, would you just tell him to like go
Would
away?
I like back off and with somebody?
Yeah, or would you just like the attention and be like, "Oh no, it's cool"?
I'd probably confront them, and this is gonna sound terrible. Depending on who the ex is, depending on who the current girlfriend is, I may make a switch. But
Oh my god!
See, that's
you
honesty.
dirty
though.
dog.
that's
That's
pure
honesty.
honesty.
The character.
Depending on which ex and which current person, I may make a switch.
Interesting.
Damn.
Some exes never. Some exes, you can come back. Like,
Okay. All right. Cool. So
Oh
now we know where Matt stands.
I'm speechless on that because honestly, I had
told
that
you
situation.
I knew something.
I had that.
I told you.
I had that exact situation
Did you
happen to
switch?
me. No,
Oh.
I was one of the
Did you
people.
switch?
actually, yes.
Were you switched on? You were like switched out of?
No.
Oh.
They switched to you.
She was put into a remedial class instead of the.
Stop! No. So when I first met Shane in the beginning of our relationship, he broke up with his ex-girlfriend, obviously, to get to me, and we didn't know that we knew each other.
Oh dear.
We knew each other.
The ex-girlfriend, you mean? Okay.
Yeah. So the ex-girlfriend, I knew each other before we even knew that our common thread was Shane. So we knew each other because I had done an interview here with a band, and the band was actually performing here at Nassau Community College. We were both standing next to each other. We were conversing about how much we like the same music, and then she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to classes," and I'm like, "All right, see you, dude. I'm just here for a show." She leaves, and then months later, we're at another show, but I'm supporting Shane. And his family's there. I have to use the bathroom. I'm holding a drink. This girl's got to go to the bathroom too, and she's holding a drink. So we're both just chilling, and we're waiting online because it's a single bathroom. And we're both like, "Hi, how's it going?" And apparently Shane's family in the background is like, "Yo, how do they know each other? Yo, what's going on?" Like, they're freaking out because they didn't know we knew each other. And we're like, "Oh, hey, so who are you here to see?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm here to see this band, my boyfriend's in it." She's like, "Oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend's in one of these bands." And then I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm like, "I'm sorry to hear that." She's like, "No, it's okay. It was just a rough breakup." I'm like, "I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, it's okay." And
What a very early 90s rom-com situation that was.
And then
This
she's
is really interesting.
yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, he's the guitarist in the band." I'm like, "That's so funny. Like, my boyfriend's a guitarist." And she kind of looks at me like, "Really?" And Shane walks by, and she's like, "Oh, are you dating Shane?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she starts violently shaking her drink at this point. And I'm like, "Oh, are you okay?" And she just like ran off. And I'm like, "I guess you really
Never see her again?
No, we saw each other again. And she, apparently that night she tried to get back with Shane.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, that seems like the right time.
Yeah. He wasn't
Hey, I
gonna
thought
take
it was
her.
somebody else. Let's get back together.
You doing anything?
Yeah. you free tonight?
Yeah.
Obviously, that did not work out because she ran away and cried, apparently, to somebody else that I know. So,
Oof.
yeah.
So how you
Why do you
feel
know all
about
these
it all?
people?
I know a lot of people, unfortunately,
Okay.
like that.
So,
That
so
sucks.
what do you think? Is she a threat?
I'm glad that, like, there was no confrontation really needed, but, like, I was trying to be nice to her, but,
That's really all you can do.
You're not threatened though.
No. I mean, she hasn't done anything since.
Okay.
You're not gonna beat her up.
Not yet. No, I'm kidding. I mean, she hasn't done anything, so if she tries something, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" But I'd also expect Shane to be a little more assertive. Not insertive, assertive, SpongeBob reference there.
Don't be insertive. That's not what you want.
No, certainly
the
not.
That
joke.
is not what you want.
Not
That
with
was
an
the
X.
joke. That was the joke.
It's not the Jolene situation,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
She just goes at the girl. She don't even pay attention to the dude.
Right.
You know that
Exactly.
story?
Yep.
So how would you
Jolene.
feel if you were having a guys' night, right? Because there's mainly guys in this room, and I'm just one girl. So I'll just
Yeah.
use guys' night as an example. Let's say you're let's say you're with a significant other, and you're having a bros night, and
That's not possible.
can I finish?
You can't have both.
She's saying you're in a relationship, but you're out with the guys.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
how's
Your
that not
significant
possible?
other isn't there with you.
I thought you meant the significant other is there. I'm like, then it's not a bros night. That
I
ruins
said
everything.
you have a significant other, like you are seeing somebody
They're
at
not
said
there,
time.
though.
Right.
They are not in.
Thank you.
They are not in the said
Thank
room
you.
with you and your bros. You guys are having a good time. I don't know what
Okay.
you're doing. Maybe you're playing video games. Maybe
Cool.
you're eating pizza.
Watching
Maybe you're screaming at the
sports.
TV. You're doing whatever you're doing.
Okay.
And you find out that there's a
Man.
recording device in the said room,
Whoa.
and that
like one of those Amazon things that records
sure,
every move.
Sure.
Okay.
How do you deal with that? And let's say you guys share an apartment, you and your significant other, and obviously the only person that could place that there is your significant other. Do you confront them or no?
No, what I do personally is record a bunch of stupid stuff. So when they listen back, they go, "What is this?" That's how I would handle it.
sounds
That's
like-
a good way to. I like that.
But you don't know what's there, and she put it there to listen to you.
If you know it's her 100%, you know she's gonna listen back later, and you know her, she's gonna listen back later.
But I'm saying, like,
I would
it's just she's the only one that's living with you in that apartment. Let's say.
I know, but I'm saying you know it's hers, and you know she's gonna listen to it and try to catch you in something.
But you don't
But
know
I
it's
would-
there.
Oh, you said if you know it's there.
Yeah, you
Find
just said
out.
you
You said
find
find
out.
out.
You find out it's there, but you don't know.
Oh, after the fact.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't say that. Okay.
Sorry.
So the question is, do you confront her about it?
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
find out though?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, let's say you lift up a piece of the couch where it falls out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just saying you've already been caught in something.
100% confront someone that is
Yes.
invading your
Yes,
privacy. 100%.
absolutely.
Yes.
I agree.
In
on
any
that
in
part.
any situation, yes.
Well, I
you
was
find a
gonna-
hidden camera, hidden microphone. Doesn't matter who put it there. If you know who put it there, confront them.
Would
Yeah.
you do something stupid?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if she's got a reason, or if she goes that far to put it there, you got bigger issues than the tape recorder.
Yeah, there's
Trust.
there's trust issues for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. There's a barrier.
I don't know. I think that after I find out, I think I'd start saying some really weird stuff in there and be like, wasabi.
So you don't confront.
That's your
wasabi's
weird
the
thing,
weirdest
wasabi?
Yeah.
I was going way worse than wasabi.
So you don't confront your significant other right away. You.
Why don't you just make some joke out of it and then do it and then
Right.
confront?
I'm trying to think of the word. You exploit it and
Yes.
and have fun with it
Yeah, why not?
first. Okay, sure.
I think that'd be funny.
It's definitely an option, but
no, at the end of the
confrontation
day-
has to happen for
At
sure.
the
Oh,
end
yeah,
of the
you
day,
can't let
you
that go.
need
Yeah.
to have something going on. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just sit here and be like, oh, yeah, it's all good.
But definitely get a couple hours worth of content in there before. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think, okay, let's say you find out for, it's been 2 hours in. I feel like you also need 2 hours now of just, straight up BS just to make up for it. So she has to listen to, you got to hear, some, couch crumbling. You just hear, and then you just hear, wasabi, wasabi, wasabi.
And if I ever found out one of my girls was wearing a wire, I'd be patting down every new girl I meet.
Well,
Easy, easy.
Every, every hug would be like a.
Well.
Yep. All right, good. we're
I don't
clean.
know. I don't know
Clean.
about
I
that.
don't know how it's gonna go for
Please
you.
spread
I
your
don't-
legs and arms. We're going to
Not
do
like
a
that.
metal detector
Not
test,
like that.
please.
A quick little pat on the back, little rub. All right, clean.
Yo,
That is not gonna go well for you.
Open
That
up.
isn't gonna go well for you.
Dump
How
out
do
the
you hug women?
pockets.
Yo,
You
seriously.
don't rub them.
What girls are you talking to?
Yeah.
You rub the women you hug.
Dude,
what if
what
they
do you
were
mean?
wired?
Are you talking?
Define rub.
Hey, how are you? A little, just a little up and down.
On the
That's
leg
it.
like that? Like
No,
you
on
just
the
did?
back.
On the leg?
Like on the back.
He goes
not gonna hug
down on the floor.
myself.
How are you?
Taking my arms
Rubs
around
the
me for you.
calf.
Pat on the back. I'm not like stroking their back. Like
I'm gonna do that for now, and just with Addison, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Addison," gets on the floor.
Physical
How are
touch
you?
is definitely not your love language, sir.
no. It's not. But anyway, that's not the point.
No, it's pretty. I think it adds to the point.
That's not the point.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying
I think
is-
rubbing girls is
No,
weird.
that's different. That's
Guys,
different.
please. please don't fight on the air.
Oh no, we need to spice things up a little bit in WHPC.
We need to have
little
like
more
people
engagement.
fighting. Yeah.
There's confrontation
But yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Exactly.
Wires on girls. Wow. Thank God we don't live like that no more.
No, we do. Some people do that.
I mean, I think because people think we don't, we definitely still do.
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean,
I'm talking about-
if I found out people were listening to what I was saying right now, I'd be very upset.
Me too.
Well, guess what? I got some news for you right now, buddy. I don't know. For example, Zach didn't want to go out on a mock date with me because he didn't want his conversation recorded with me. So
Really?
God knows what
That's
he's
how
gonna
that
say.
ended? I heard about the beginning of this. I didn't hear how it
Yes,
ended.
yes.
It's a mock date. What could he possibly have said?
I don't know.
Zach will walk
Do you
in.
want
Donald
kids?
Trump, and then Zach, we're done here.
What does a mock date? What is the context of that?
I think Zach was just struggling to.
Go on a date with a woman?
He's never really
He
been in
wanted
the dating scene,
experience.
so he wanted to try
Oh,
it out.
That's cool.
And I said, "Yo, man, I'm down. Free food, cool."
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's the only reason why I go
Yeah,
to
Sean
parties
was
at
going
this
to pay for
point.
the food.
Dude,
No way.
I'm just down for food. So, I mean, if it's with anybody, I mean, I don't care. It could be with a donkey. I'd be cool with it. I just want the food. So,
That
I
would
mean,
be one hell of a date.
I mean, it would be. I mean, I would be a
incredible.
little scared, but
Nothing to be afraid of.
I mean, Donkey from Shrek would be a cool date.
See, now that I'm into.
Chris Rock.
so where you want to go?
Eddie Murphy.
That's Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Well, the thing with Zach would be that he would only want to
Oh.
eat chicken
His mind was just blown over there.
I didn't see that movie.
You ever see Shrek?
No, I saw one with Chris Rock. Let's move on. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's a whole article about how a woman was dealing with having a girls' night out. It was supposed to be just girls' night. They were to come over and just have a chill night. And I guess the husband has been doing this for a while, where he has been listening in to the girls' nights, and he was like, "I don't want you there. I want you to maybe like rent out a hotel room." and just chill with the girls there. And
Ew.
she was saying, I can't afford that. Like, why would I just rent out a hotel and when I have a house? Like, why would I do that?
Why would you just go to like a bar or a public place?
And I guess so. But she's like, but that's not how a girls' nights work if you want me to leave. Like, what's the point? So she said that there was a lot of, venting and girls crying and stuff, talking about emotions and things. And then
Pillow fights.
she went to go turn on the TV. Yeah, of course. And spotted a device, I guess, on the side of the TV. And it was a recording device. And she was pretty pissed off. And she decided to call her husband up and tell him to come home. And she just flat out confronted him in front of the friends. And they all were like, just saying awful things to him and ruining everything. And now he's all embarrassed and upset that, like, her friends are going to hate him. But, I mean, do you think he deserves that?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Is that the end of the story? I'm just saying, like, I thought she was...
No, she plans to stay with him.
She's not sure.
Oh, really?
She's not sure if she wanted to stay with him because apparently she's upset. She's like, maybe I was wrong for lashing out in front of my friends to him.
Come
No
on.
way.
There's definitely that. You don't call people out in public around other people.
If that person is recording me in secret,
But it's
I
not
don't
just
care.
recording you. They're recording your friends as well.
Yeah, you
The
got
friends should be calling them out too. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
why do you
Still.
disagree with that, Johnny?
Still, I just don't. I'm a big believer in, you shouldn't put people on blast in a public space. You pull somebody aside.
Even if they're recording,
That situation, I guess maybe, but
there's a loophole there.
that's your significant other.
Yeah, but like, okay, let's just say for the sake of the show, we're seeing each other, right? And you put a recording device in this room, obviously not the microphones, and then I find out later on, right? I wouldn't care if we're in public or not, like you're getting blasted.
We got bigger issues if I gotta record you.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's the point.
Yeah, but the point being is like, why are you doing it? And then I'd also blast you in front of everybody because it's not just me being recorded, it's everyone else without their consent.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just picturing being ganged up on by a bunch of ladies. Like,
Well, then that's on you, man.
Yeah,
you
you
asked for
shouldn't-
that.
you shouldn't plant
Why
a
is that a problem, Johnny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that a problem?
Says the same guy who doesn't enjoy rubbing. Anyway.
In today's age, you gotta just sit there and take it too.
Yeah.
And
Nah,
he is
you know
right
what?
now.
That's a real man right there.
Yeah.
Just keep your mouth shut. Take the higher route.
Take
the higher road. Right.
It's a new age.
That truck is
It's
back.
a new age.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's
the truck's
backing
back.
up.
Truck's got something to say.
People are suggesting that she gets a divorce from this guy. Do you think that's extreme?
No.
I love how you went like straight to the point, Looney.
I
You're
gotta
just like,
think
nah.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it's extreme, especially since it's her. It's up to her anyway. It's a subjective thing. If she was that upset about it, you're never going to let that go. You're never going to let that down. You're always going to remember that they did that. You're always going to be curious if that person's doing something else, even if they say, no, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. You never know. Guy picks a different spot in the house to put something.
You don't trust the 3-strike rule?
No.
1 strike, you're out?
For certain things, yeah. That's
How's that the
a
3-strike
big
rule?
that's a big invasion for me.
I kind of go where it's like one time you do something, all right.
Shame on
like,
you.
Yeah,
Slap
I get
on the
it.
wrist.
And second time it's like, all right,
That's
it's
my
kind
fault.
of, yeah, I get it. Like, I should have known. And then third time it's like, you're done.
Get out.
You're done.
Hey, this is in dating or actual marriage?
Baseball. It's
you
baseball,
think?
Johnny.
It's both.
But in marriage.
talking about
too.
baseball.
So you're allowed to cheat twice, but the third time it's
Oh,
over.
no, that's done.
Whoa.
You're done.
So there
That's
are
a big
loopholes.
one.
There are caveats to this rule.
Yes, majority of things, it's a 3-strike rule.
If there's a 3-strike rule, cheating is like you pop out to the pitcher, like you're done. Like,
That's just like a foul, and there's no redo. Then
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I operate. It's like,
So I guess I would file this under the same category as something like that then.
I don't know. I personally think I might just give him one more shot.
Okay.
And I think we would have to do some serious talking, and I'd have to know everything of what's going on. So, like, if I found out, for example, my significant other was doing this, I'd have to have a huge conversation, be like, why is this happening? What can I do to make you feel better? So that way this doesn't occur again. Is there something I'm doing? Can we find a medium ground? And then I'd be like, if you have any of these other recording devices, we're throwing them out. Like, that's it.
Jamie is
That's
the
healthy.
healthiest person I know. That was a
That's
beautiful
very
way
healthy.
to deal with it.
Thank you.
Maybe
I would
it's
not
Do I
handle
have
it that
anger?
well.
Yes. Would I probably want to, beat the crap out of him? Yes. But after my anger is all said and done and I walk away and I come back in 20 minutes, I'm usually a 20-minute person, I can talk to you.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe
Takes
it's
me days.
Maybe it's the pessimist in me, but I don't think it would end there. The
You think it would just keep going again?
I think it would go again, yeah. If they would go so far as to do that once, I feel like they would do at least something to the same effect.
But what if you guys never had that talk yet? Like, what if you guys never had the talk of what was really
You ever
bothering
had the talk
them?
of don't record me and my friends in private? Like,
No, what if you
I
never
think
had the
that-
talk of, like, what was really bothering them for them to get to that level to do it?
I think a person that would stoop to that level before having a conversation with you about it is the kind of person that they put that over conversation. You know, they put an action like that over confrontation. They obviously don't like to talk about their feelings. They'd rather get the information some other way.
Or they're insecure.
They're insecure. Yeah. It all kind of cycles around that
So
same.
Jamie, what if a dude is like into like technology, a tech guy, you know, and he just wants to like wire up his house with
My dad?
cameras and like
My
you
dad.
see, I mean, there's cameras. This is 2022. Like there's cameras and audio recording.
My dad?
everywhere. Yeah,
My dad.
yeah.
My dad's a tech
I
guy.
think Jamie's
So-
dad's a tech guy.
Jamie's
So-
on a loop. Jamie's stuck on a loop.
But I don't think your mom cares.
She does.
Oh, she does. She's like, turn that thing off. I want to have a conversation with.
Well, it's
you."
more like in my house, we have like a lot of technology. It's a little overboard, I have to say. But my dad's into that. Like, he's an electrician. So, but he doesn't do just that. He does everything. So we have like Bluetooth you could turn on the TV. You have Bluetooth to turn on video games. We have Bluetooth to turn on the lights, turn off the lights, turn on the heat, turn off the heat. My dad has one Bluetooth door where he can lock the door and unlock the door anywhere he is. He can see the cameras from wherever he is.
That's cool.
I mean, he could start the car from wherever he is. It's
like
a little
that.
much, I feel.
I love that.
If
yeah,
you
I think that's
open-
great.
If
I
you
like
open
it.
the window a bit too much, the alarm goes off. It gives me
What,
anxiety.
so you
that-
said your mom
yeah.
isn't feeling it all though. She
Because
doesn't-
she's not. I love my mom, but she's not as up to date with some of the things. Like, she struggles with like knowing which button, because there's so many buttons now. So she's so used to having remotes and just having this goes with this goes with that, and now because the phone can do everything, it's all in one, and so it's a little confusing.
So it's not necessarily the privacy.
No, she's just like, I want to have some control too, but
Right.
I feel like if we had cameras inside the house, I don't think I'd stay in my house ever again. We have cameras outside.
How do you know you
Well,
don't?
that's safe. Oh.
What do you want me? What are we gonna do? Have like a whole SWAT team come to my house now and look at cameras? Like,
You could. Not when your dad's there, obviously. He's gonna lock
my-
the door without even getting off the couch.
oh my god. I mean, I love my dad, and sometimes I can outsmart him, but some things I just can't. Some things
Fair
I
enough.
It
can't.
stops at the Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
We have that
Stops
too.
at the door.
We have that. We have everything that you could probably think of.
That's something I'm glad that a lot of people have access to, the Ring doorbell, because you get, like...
But that records you as well.
No, that's awesome.
It's the
though.
outside, though. It's not inside your house.
It's
Privacy.
awesome, and I think it's
The
awesome.
Alexa does. The Alexa can record you.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome because of the people that steal deliveries and stuff, or like, house robberies and all that stuff. You get multiple angles of this stuff happening, and you get multiple angles of them escaping, running down the block. If everybody has a Ring doorbell, which a lot of people do now, you get to follow this dude from everybody's house.
Mine actually caught an accident like that happened to my car.
Right, exactly. There you go. So it could help a lot of people out. There's a lot of benefits.
They were
to it.
like, "Oh, it just tapped the car. It just tapped it." And my car was literally at the edge of the camera, so you couldn't even see the other car hit it. But I was making guacamole.
Your car
In the car?
Your car.
No, in my house.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So I was parked, obviously. I was home. My mom, brought me some avocados. I was making some guacamole. And I hear the car alarm outside. And I'm like, wow, what an idiot out there. The guy's car alarm is going off. My dad takes a look. He goes, no, that's you. That's you. You should probably go out there. And I'm like, my hands are full of avocado. He's like, you need to wash them. Luckily, we had
What an
the
amazing
camera.
conversation that is.
We had the cameras out, so we caught only my car being moved, which was a pretty big hit because it cost about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of damage.
Woof.
So I had to drive an egg for about 3 weeks. It was
You drive a what?
the
It's cracked. Okay.
No, the car that they gave me as like a the rental looked like an egg.
Oh, I thought like your
Yeah.
car like a crack in like an egg. That's what I thought you meant.
That's
Well,
funny.
I mean, that too.
That's what I thought too. I like that.
Like an
they-
eggshell, like, you know.
They wanted me to take it to one of their people that they knew, but I was like, no, I'm good. And they didn't even want to have the insurance exchange. And I'm like, no, we're gonna.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that.
I'm like, we're gonna do
That's
it.
somebody that's about to have their license taken away.
They're like, no, we don't need to. I'm like, yeah, we.
Well, I mean, your
We
insurance
do.
still goes up.
Oh,
Even if
yeah.
it's 0% your fault.
Yeah.
Well,
I wasn't even in the car.
Still,
That's why.
Right.
That's why I like the vehicle I drive. If someone hits me, I can actually just go, nah. I don't care.
What do you drive? What pickup? do you
One
drive?
time I was pranking my friend. We were coming out of some nature preserve, and what I did was it's like one of those parking spots that's on the side of a main road. I didn't know there was someone parked behind me, but as he was coming to my truck, I throw it in reverse. I'm like, haha, you ain't getting in my truck. So and I hit the gas. Boom! I slam into like a Prius or some small car. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, I don't think there's anyone in it. And I look in the rearview mirror, I see a silhouette of a woman just spazzing out in her car. I'm like,
Oh boy.
did you
Like-
learn your lesson?
no. So
Oh my god.
this is how I got out of this one. I'm like, all right. He goes, my friend goes, bro, you got to talk to her. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to her. I go out there. She's looking at the damage, which there was no damage. No one had any damage. I'm like, all right, look, do me a favor. If I gave you $42,
$42.
that's all I had. Will you forget that this all happened? She goes, she immediately, she goes, you mother. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it doesn't really pay to go further with it. I'm like, all right, cool. And then we exchanged and
It was
got out of
$42. You just had-
$42.
Is that how much you had in your pocket?
Yeah, just was like, yeah. I literally just threw out cash and was like, all right, here. Just,
It's a random
Like
number. of
fives and
money.
singles.
she was like, all right, yeah. That's it. It was
Wow.
two 20s, two singles.
For $42, that's a cheap sellout.
Not bad.
I was headed through the Midtown Tunnel just 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Is this having to do with recordings?
No,
Maybe it's a car accident.
But
I was
nah,
gonna say,
a dude
Athens
hit
didn't
me.
either.
Dude hit me in the back too, and right.
Did you have a
in the
dash
dead center.
cam? Oh, no recording. I tried.
Have you ever
I'd let him
noticed
go.
that there's cameras everywhere you go and you're
There
being
is.
recorded?
There
Like
is.
when you're out, let's say you're at the stoplight and you go a little over the line. Like there's a camera capturing the license plate.
Oh yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy if you think about it.
That's why people have those covers on their
Yeah,
license plates
or even
too.
like when you're driving and you're going through the speed and they can detect. Like there's that.
Oh yeah,
Recording that.
I was planning on fighting a red light camera ticket. I'm like, oh, I'll get away with this. And then they sent me an email of the video. Of
yeah.
My truck. I'm going right through the red. I'm like, ah, well,
The
I
light
guess there's
right
no,
here.
No escaping.
Stewart,
There goes my battle.
If you don't stop, you know the light right there on Stewart. coming
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
college?
Yeah.
I got a ticket running that. They got me on camera.
Well, this is what I'll do purposely.
It doesn't even say no stop.
Do you
on
smile when you're going by the tolls?
No.
No.
I always smile like when
No.
you know like when they take a picture of your license.
Yes.
I always smile.
It's not.
I've never even
it's not
thought
a
of that
It's not a
once.
ride at Disney. It's a.
I
it's
always
a toll booth.
smile. Even when I was on my way to Disney, I smiled.
Sometimes I'll do this
adorable.
purposely. If I know there's a red light camera, I'll speed up to the line and stop short. And I just want get the flash going because in my head I feel like I'm wasting their flashes.
Oh my god.
They're gonna run out
That
of
light
film
bulb died a
eventually.
small bit that
Take
day.
that, Nassau
You're
County.
winning. You're getting them.
Or town of Hempstead.
Next time you guys go driving and you're passing a toll booth, definitely smile.
I will now. I love that idea.
It might make someone else smile. When they look at that picture and they go, I gotta charge him $3. Well, at least he smiled.
At least
I,
it's smile.
I feel like if they look at someone smiling, be like, what the hell is that guy's problem?
If I
Like,
ever was arrested, I always said this. I plan on smiling for the mugshot.
Can you?
Yeah. What
What do you mean?
no?
Can you?
Nah,
I thought it
absolutely
was supposed to be a
Listen,
mugshot.
nah, you're supposed to give the most gangsters grill ever.
Yeah.
you're
What's
supposed to
more
be
gangster than
miserable.
smiling
Exactly.
as
And a
you're about to
mugshot,
walk
he's
into
right.
prison?
Pablo did it.
Nah.
Justin Bieber did it.
I thought you're supposed to be miserable.
Yeah,
You're
no,
supposed to be,
That's
that's
when
the
you get a
point.
DUI and you're like, wasted.
Oh, yeah.
The snack that smiles back.
Press the button,
Lindsay
Jamie.
Lohan.